Clay.
Mr Speaker, thank you. It gives me pleasure to also rise and speak on the tariff, New Zealand, Hong Kong, China, Closer Economic Partnership Agreement Amendment Bill. Mr Speaker, trade agreements are very much about building relationships. And I was thinking a moment ago that it's a good thing for our country that this is a trade agreement or economic partnership agreement with Hong Kong and not with the United Kingdom and England. Can I congratulate New Zealand Maori for beating England tonight 35-28, a great victory. I was there last week in Rotorua when they also beat the Welsh, but no, I was here working hard on behalf of my constituents when they won this evening. Mr Speaker, a great victory for them. Therefore, it's a good thing that we are not debating an agreement with England, because that good relationship has been ruined for another week. Can I just touch on a couple of points that are important? But I want to recognise what Sua Williams-Seo said earlier and the importance of China as a nation with a large number of consumers who are increasing their income. In fact, Mr Seo said that when he was younger, he thought that Bruce Lee was a cousin or a relation. I'm reliably informed that Bruce Lee also thought that Mr Seo was a relation, although one that had done a little less exercise than Bruce Lee had. But can I say that I agree with everything that Mr Seo said. Mr Speaker, this agreement, as with the other trade agreements that have been brought before this House since we came to government, is about boosting innovation and improving export access to world markets, and is one of the national government's 6 policy drivers for a step change in New Zealand's economic performance. Indeed, this agreement with Hong Kong is an important part of National's focus on free trade and improving access for our exporters to world markets, a priority included in the Prime Minister's statement to Parliament in February of this year. Mr Speaker, in my electorate of Rotorua, a number of products that producers who will benefit from this agreement when it enters into force, primarily in the primary sector. Certainly there are some opportunities in forestry, but certainly the production of kiwi fruit, agricultural products, dairy, sheep meat, beef and so on. $823 million a year of trade in New Zealand to Hong Kong. Well, we can expect when this agreement enters into force that amount of trade will increase, and it will increase to the betterment of our producers. A very good thing. Mr Speaker, the bill enhances our economic integration with the Asian region, and it follows on from a great number of other free trade agreements that have been put into place since we've come to government. Thailand, Singapore, China, of course, has entered into force, the Asian agreement, Malaysia, and a Brunei agreement as well. Very good for New Zealand producers, and I know everybody but a few in this House support those fully. I want to touch just on, but I do recognise as graciously as I can be, that the members on the side played all but a small part in this, and we thank them for that. Mr Speaker, can I also just touch on a point raised by Rahue Kātene and the involvement that this agreement might have in the future with Chinese companies and others who would want to come and invest in New Zealand. The CEP does not provide Hong Kong investors with preferential access to New Zealand investments, to the New Zealand investment screening regime. As with any other company in the world or any other person in the world that wants to invest in New Zealand, there are very strict and stringent procedures in place, and they will apply under this agreement as they do to others, and I think it's important we recognise this. Mr Speaker, this is a very good piece of work. I look forward to it coming to committee tomorrow morning and look forward to supporting it further. Thank you.